why you're a miserable fucking fat bitch. You guys all work together to go against my schedule and then try to sit there. And how dare you? What did you guys do to doctor up my fucking thing? You know, I took a separate drug test and it came back negative and everything. You all so determined to take my children so that this way I could, I'm still going forward with my work. Y'all are still gonna get fucking arrested. And I'm gonna, at the end of the day, have the last laugh. Because what you all did to my family, and in this case, was absolutely disgusting, abhorrent, and unprofessional. And none of you deserve my respect.
Okay, can we take a step back because I have no idea what you're
What?
referring
That
to?
every time I tell you something about my schedule, they conveniently schedule something to block my schedule.
We
One,
haven't
the
been
fact
in
that you
contact.
used my freaking this session to see how I'm doing with work and my time, so this way you could communicate back and forth to them. But thank you, Jesus. You know your fucking corporate head FBI just got fired because he wasn't prosecuting this shit. So I guess we're gonna see what happens at the end of the day. Because at the end of the day, this fucking shit is why. It's why I'm fighting. I don't give a shit what y'all guys think you could do to me and my family. You could give us the worst, do the worst. I dare you, fucking bring it. Because at the end of the day, I'm gonna be free and y'all all gonna be locked up. How about it? So.
I have no knowledge of what you're
Uh-huh.
referring
That's why, yeah, you have no knowledge of
to.
anything. Listen, Evanessa, I've been purposely dropping information to see how everyone reacts to you, and all the information oh, you guys play like a fiddle in my hands. I might as well, you guys might as well be a pair of balls that I'm massaging in my fucking hands, and your dicks get hard. Because that's how easy you guys are readable. And then you thought that I was pliable and everything. I lose my kids Friday and then all of you go to jail. It's simple as that. And then the fact that you was coordinating with my landlord, my previous landlord, and everything to keep my Section 8 from being transferred and all the shit. And then you wonder why. You wonder why people hate you.
Okay.
You wonder why you walk down the streets and people look at you with savagery. Because you guys are the savages, the true savages. You just hide behind the fact that you think you have numbers behind you. Baby, I've been having the numbers behind me. You just haven't seen them. So I just don't want, I'm done playing this game because you know what? It's going to cost me my children. I played along for a good year and a half. I was compliant with services. You guys kept setting me up to make it look like I wasn't, to delay the court case, and then delay, all the stuff. And now, when I need a delay and representation, because I actually got appropriate representation, but God forbid a bitch actually gets appropriate representation, right? So you're all working together. So you want to know how I feel? I'll tell you how I feel. I feel like you're all pieces of shit who maximized the very system that was supposed to
Okay, Miss
free
Farrow, I've
people.
never called you out of your name,
I don't
so
give a
can we
shit.
not
I don't give a
go
shit.
there or
I
we
don't
can
give a
end the
shit. You
session
destroyed my
because
family. You destroyed my
I did
children.
not do anything,
You,
nor have I been
your
in contact
fucking
with
therapy
anyone.
treatments had my kids. Luckily, it didn't work. And thank God, because I trained my children very well. So my
Okay.
daughter's determined to follow through with this infiltration bullshit. And I told her she doesn't have to keep going through it. But she's so fucking angry that she had to watch her sister get raped. She's determined to infiltrate you guys. So I'm trying to stop her because she doesn't realize she needs me to be there to do it. But she's gonna do it anyways. And she has no idea what she's walking into because she's facing a bunch of hateful, jealous black women who can't get over the fact that she's a beautiful, light-skinned young girl who has a promising future. Do you know that back in the days, you women are fucking hating on light-skinned women, and meanwhile, light-skinned women and mixed women were sold higher in the slave block because we was rapeable. That's what you guys are fucking jealous of. You're jealous of the fact that men and women want to rape us on a constant basis because we're more prettier. Think about that. You would not be able to last a fucking day in my shoes with what I go through when I step outside. That's why I'm cocky. because I know I'm so desirable and I'm highly desired that people will put a high fucking price on my head. And to you guys, you think that's a better life. No, it's not, honey. Look at who's in this position and how many of you have a community of fucking savages and pedophiles behind you. That's what you're promoting. You're promoting. Let me tell you what they do to children. They fuck them so much that they develop blood vessels in their fucking eyes that pop like two black eyes. You know what they call that? The panda eyes. That's who you support. That's what you're supporting. Men that want to sodomize children to the point that they can't even fucking see. To you, all of you guys think that I shouldn't have reported that. And you all thought that, oh, you're so slick in getting me. But that's what you're supporting. If you want to support it, why not go and see it, bitch? Go see it. Go out there. Why don't
Miss
you call up a
Sparrow, we're not gonna
pedophile?
do the name.
We're
We're not
gonna
gonna do the
go.
name calling. We can
What?
have
You
a
guys called me
conversation.
psycho. You guys called me
I've
schizophrenic. You guys
never
called me
called you out telling your
bipolar. You
name.
guys.
We're gonna have mutual respect for one another. Okay?
Where's the respect if you're going to sit here and disclose the information to
I
sabotage my
haven't
every move?
disclosed anything regarding nothing to
We'll see.
I don't
We'll
have
see.
any
We'll
contact
see.
with
When the
no
arrests
one.
happen, we'll see. Well, we'll see what will you
Okay,
say
we'll do
when that
that,
happens in the
but we're
courts.
not gonna
When
have
they
any
when
name
they when
calling.
they slap to you, the DA goes, "Hey, how much do you want time?" Are you going to say the same shit to me?
In and out right now. I didn't hear the last thing you said.
Yeah. Why did it go blank?
I'm not sure, Miss Sparrow. We're having a
So who else is
conversation.
listening on this conversation? Because I know they have other people listening.
Who's listening?
You don't have your staff or directors or anybody listening
No,
on the
no.
conversation. So why did it go blank?
You know, in our sessions before, sometimes the services are bad. As you know, sometimes you move around.
I
Right.
don't move. I'm standing in the same spot I always stand in.
I know, but
Anyways, you don't have children, right?
no.
So you cannot tell me how I should feel or how I should talk to you or anyone who has a part in the destruction of my family because of the fact that you know what happens? You know why I'm not a cow? I'm not a cow because I actually get my ass up and I go to the gym and I actually have self-discipline about what I eat and what I put in my body. That's what self-love looks like. Self-love looks like not being able to just accept yourself at the faults you are, but also putting in the time, the work, and the energy to fucking make sure you don't fall off in any way. And I do that not because I want to just look good, though looking good does feel good. I do that because I don't want my bones to ache. I don't want to have the extra weight on me where when I go up and down these stairs, my knees fucking crack. I don't want to have to worry about the fact that my lower back pain and my upper back pain starts to get incited because I have extra weight on my skin under my flesh that adds to the compression of my spine, which also exasperates my herniated disc. But to everybody else, they all see me, and then I have to walk down the streets, and then women have to look at me and hate me. But here's the deal: all of what I have is natural. I don't wear makeup. I don't do plastic surgery. And yet we're fighting in a world that says, how dare you discriminate me based on the color of my skin and how I'm born, and I can't help with the way I look. Neither could I. I am not, and but I'm not going to sit here and cut my face up or pierce my face up or disfigure myself because people don't want to accept the fact that I'm naturally beautiful. And then to them, they want to extort that because you, as a woman, have to fight those same savages off every day. When you go and travel those trains, you're in danger by those same savages. But we are going to enable them through our positions. You got into a position to what? Be able to address these needs of the people. But instead of using your position to really help people, you think you're slick. You think you're gonna take me down and make me look a certain way or do things a certain way. When you finally fucking made it. And I see that with people, my mother, I know about the shit my mom did. The funny thing is, I know about the house that she had under my name, the inheritance that she stole. You know, I wouldn't have known about this if this case. I was actually moving to California. When I heard that little boy getting raped downstairs, it scared me. It worked. I booked a
Mhm.
fucking flight and I was about to move to California. I was out. Didn't know that they were already setting me up on fraud. And guess what? That setup on that fraud, I was cleared because FBI actually does their work, despite the fact that you guys, I was like wondering, they're acting like they got a big force behind them. They're so bold. They don't even care. They're putting it on documentation that I reported trafficking and now I'm delusional for reporting trafficking. So that's right there, the crime. But why? Why would, and I asked myself, I was like, why would people, the only time people will be so bold is if they have a powerful force behind them, like a superior authority figure. And the judge is that authority figure, but the judge is also fearless in the fact that he also is on this committee for the judicial community. So if I try to make a complaint against him, I'm actually complaining to him about him. So they're not going to clear it. So I'm like, how do they do this? And you know, these pedos. And I know the judge is number one client of Dexter because I saw this motherfucker years ago. But you know, it's neither here nor there, which is why they're coming after me because I saw too much. Because in everything over the past 10 years, they thought to intimidate a bitch by exposing me their trafficking rings. And then what happened was they thought this case was going to even intimidate me more because we're going to hold your kids hostage as long as you report. And you wonder why I keep fighting. The fact that the audaciousness that they use even women who are victims of rape and victims of harassment and victims of trying to get out of a life like this. And they use women because they brutalize women. And two things happen when women get so brutalized. Either one, they get so fucking cold, they don't give a shit. And I seen that in my own mother. Oh, that woman. But the shit that you guys condone. Wonder if it was in your faces. If you saw it in your fucking faces, would you still condone that?
So what happened the last week that like transpired all of this to be going on?
Nothing. I'm just seeing everything for what it is. And I'm just tired of playing the game.
Okay. Well, what I can tell you is no one in our office has been in
I've
contact
asked
with
you for help
you.
with assistance with housing. You guys have a housing department. I asked you for referrals. You didn't give me referrals. Now I got a
I sent a
permanency hearing.
referral.
No, you didn't. And then I have a permanency
I
hearing. And
did send
guess
a
what?
referral.
Guess what happens when you have instability housing? They have a justified reason to keep your children in court in foster care. So I'm gonna go in Friday, most likely lose my children, and you guys think I'm gonna play nice. Hmm. I'm gonna go there calmly and I'm gonna let them do what they have to do and think that
Hmm.
they are gonna be empowered. But the consequences, I don't have to pull no trigger, I don't have to do nothing because I got somebody with triggers behind me. And they are legally able to carry guns and they're legally able to make arrests. And it's something called probable cause. Do you know what probable cause is? All that education, you don't know what a probable cause is.
So
You're
tell me what
dealing
probable causes
you're
is.
dealing with a litigation issue. You should know these terms. You see, they have even people who aren't even educated enough to address the issues that they are supposed to be addressing. Probable cause is enough evidence for an arrest.
Mm-hmm.
When a cop either one witnesses a crime or law enforcement, let's just say law enforcement, because we're not dealing with cops right now, we're dealing with FBI. When they witness a crime, they can, that gives them a probable cause to make arrests. If a crime's not witnessed, but enough evidence is brought to them for an arrest, like violation of human rights. Do you know that violation of human rights and parental rights actually fall under federal jurisdiction of FBI? Did you
Mm-hmm.
know that?
For sure.
You sure? Because you guys kept doing it. So, anyways, so when you violate the rights of a person in court, in therapy, HIPAA violations, anything else, because if they're tapping me, they're tapping you too. So what happens is if you violate any of those rights and that stuff, it's called a probable cause to make an arrest. Hmm. Did you know that? So
Mm-hmm.
that's probable cause. Now, I was trying to be nice because even though I want justice, I didn't want it through the at the expense of my children. But everybody else was like, you know what, her kids, that's her weakness. And then we're wondering why men don't want to marry us. That's why men don't want to marry women, because they see that men are actually more decent than women when it comes to the care and concern about children. Children for women, even though we carry them for 9 months in our bodies, women have been taught to hate themselves so much that children are just a tool to exploit their men. So men are like, fuck this, I'm not getting married to these bitches because they're crazy, and they're right. Women are fucking crazy. 30% of women 30% of those who are prosecuted in a court of law for human trafficking are women. I even have the text message from John Galante saying he has a bunch of women that work for him and they have to play nice, but he doesn't.
Who's John Devante?
Huh?
Who's John Devante?
Who you guys are working for?
Not
He's a
sure.
mob boss, mafia. He's the one who's getting prosecuted for all the shit. He's the one who's been coming after me with Dexter Hazelton. You want to know who I know? I'll give you the fucking names. Dexter Hazelton, John Galante, Domingo Gasper, and there's a few. And now we'll just add Judge Brown to the list too. Keith A. Brown. And then we'll add Christopher Nally to that list. Fucking pedo, walking around with his fucking fat ass legs and everything. It's so disgusting. These men just want to be able to fuck children freely and openly. And I am paying that price because I want to go with that. I want to submit to allowing that. And I want you to look in the mirror every day and tell yourself, girl, you're the shit for allowing children to be butt fucked. Go ahead, look in the mirror. Can you do that? Can you look in the mirror and say, I condone the enabling of pedophiles to rape children, and I help them break apart families in my therapy sessions with the victims. Look, just tell yourself the truth. Don't lie to yourself because I've noticed that a lot of people lie to themselves. Well, it happened to me and I turned out all right. No, you fucking didn't because look at what you're allowing. Look at what people are enabling. And I'm sure as a young woman, you've been through some form of sexual assault, sexual abuse. It's very common, especially amongst Black women. So, and if not, well, maybe you should go to jail. Because if you didn't, how dare you enable these people and you're not a victim? And if you are, even worse, because you should know better. But I guess it's okay. We sit here as women and we tell ourselves, I turned out okay and it happened to me. So everyone else is going to be okay. But we see the results. We see the results out there in the news and everything else. I am for this immigration crisis because of the fact that immigrants came here and then they destroyed the very people who had helped enable these civil rights. And then they hide under the guise of Black skin, but they're not Black Americans. And then they maximize the civil rights, but meanwhile they just abuse us and abuse our children and then abuse the people. Go fucking home. Go home. Go back to that bullshit and everything. Don't bring that here because I'm trying to clean out home in my house. And just like Beyonce said, don't give a fuck about my house and get the fuck up out my house. You know that song, My House? Everyone knows that
Mm-hmm.
song. Uh-huh. That's my song to everybody, to the immigrants. Don't give a fuck about my house, then get the fuck up out my house. And I'm only talking about the immigrants that come here and abuse. I'm not talking about the good ones that work hard and labor for free for everybody else. And they got everybody convinced that immigrants built up this country. No, they didn't. What happened was the Black community was like, fuck you, we're not your slaves. So they're like, all right, we'll open up immigration and traffic them here so that this way we could keep our slave force going since the Black slave force is fighting back. So they didn't build up this country. They just came and replaced who built up this country. And that's the fucking truth. So all this shit happens. You are pretty sure you're African, right?
I'm Haitian.
Haitian. So your mama came out here probably worked hard as a nurse, housekeeper, probably one of those jobs, worked her fucking ass off and everything. And this is how you repay her by destroying other mothers' lives
Okay, Miss Sparrow,
who
I'm not
work
going to build
hard,
on
who
allegations
work
for something that I did
hard,
not do.
who work hard,
Okay?
who work hard to try to protect their children. And the funny thing is, if I bust open that door and I really succeed in doing this, I'm not the only one who's going to benefit off of that. In fact, the sacrifices I'm making right now, my children, my freedom, uh, even the attack upon my sanity, even though there's no insanity going on, it's called righteous fucking anger. You should look it up. It's actually a thing. So that sacrifice I'm making when you do decide to get married, when you do decide to have children, it won't happen to yours because of the work I've done. And that's the truth. And at the end of the day, no matter how angry I am at you or anybody else for enabling this, I still don't think you, your children, or anybody you love should ever go through anything like that. I would not do it. Even in my anger, I still won't do it. In my anger, I will go FBI. I've been seeing this therapist, and every time I go to see this therapist that's court appointed, I tell her information about my activities. The agency responds by using my visitation and other mandated stuff to intercede with my activities. So she has a HIPAA signature, so she's not really violating the HIPAA, but she is participating in stopping my progress for work, which is a form of exploitation. But you wouldn't know that because you don't know this part of the law. I try to be nice. I try to talk to everybody. Hey, this is what's happening. Everybody wants to use this case to want to know what's happening with the FBI case. I'll tell you what's happening. They see everything I see. If I see it and I know it, they see it and they know it too. And then what they did was they made contact with me because what happened was Michelle Allen, Jenny Sparrow, and the whole group of mothers in that woman's group therapy deliberately killed their sons for anti-gun violence, benefits of NGOs and maximizing. And then who do you think they named the life insurance agent who sold them the life insurance policies? But I have no life insurance license. So someone
Mhm.
was acting under my name as a fraudulent woman. I wonder who that bitch was. I don't even know and everything. I don't even know if they could even get close to anyone like me, but they thought they can. So the FBI investigated me too. And everyone thought they had me. They thought they had me so well. But
Natasha, you got
instead,
8170, Natasha 8170.
but instead, they sent me the most gorgeous FBI agent to investigate me. And he was so beautiful, so sexy. And he was so good at his job that he was able to find out that I wasn't the one who did it. And then I found out that these people thought, oh, we know she's a fighter. We knew she will eventually have an FBI case. So let's make sure we create a paper trail of fraud committed under her name. So when FBI came to investigate us, she'll go down too. And it didn't work. But I did find out. And then all for an inheritance because my mother stole my inheritance that my grandmother left me. But the funny thing is, I love my mom still to this day, despite the bullshit she did to me. I love her. And if she would have just came to me about that inheritance, I wanted nothing to do with the money. I did not care about any of it. I just wanted to move on with my life and get away from that family because the cult shit that I experienced, the abuse, it wasn't worth the money. And I would have happily, willingly signed away, and everybody would have probably still be free. So I'm gonna go in Friday. We'll see what happens. If the judge doesn't want to adjourn my court date because they want to fuck me over, because they know even if I get a new lawyer who represents me finally and correctly, once a court order is placed in, then even if FBI makes an arrest, I still will have to fight through an appeal. So, since everybody wants to play this game, I'm done playing games. And you're going to see the real me. And this is the real me. I don't respect nobody in this case because of the games they played and then the fact that they played games with my daughters' lives and time with my children. So I think those who don't have children should go to jail before they even dare to fucking reproduce because we don't need more of that around. And those with children, don't worry. I'll take all the money that I will get rightfully from all this and I will buy a building and I'll make sure everyone else's children will have homes and won't go through the abuse that they try to put my children through. And then we will heal that bullshit. In the meantime, everybody's going to be held accountable. So that's the status of the case. I lose my kids, everyone else loses their freedom. Because that's the direct violation and retaliation for reporting an actual crime that the FBI saw that does exist.
Okay. So you have court on Friday, you saying?
Yep,
Okay.
permanency hearing.
Okay.
But everybody worked together with my landlord to commit fraud, and everybody worked
Um,
together with my let. So now I have an unstable housing with justified reason to keep my kids in foster care. So, since I'm going to lose my kids, everyone loses their freedom. And I'm not, I know I listen to a lot of those videos and a lot of those things like, when you do that, show grace and mercy. No, I'm going to be dancing. I'm going to be singing. I'm going to be like, ding dong, they're in jail. And I'm going to have a party. In fact, I'm going to buy a bottle of Moet, even though I quit drinking, and I'm going to just buy that bottle just so I could pop that bitch open so this way I could celebrate. I will be celebrating. I'm going to put together a nice little dance and everything. And I'm going to shimmy right outside the courts. I'm going to follow everyone's court dates when it comes, and I'm going to be there like white on rice, just like they were there, like white on rice on me and my family, since everyone thought I shouldn't have my children and everyone thought they were slick. And so it is what it is. And I don't respect it. I don't respect anyone who had any part in it.
so I'm not gonna be here next week, and I know we were supposed to do in person today. You requested to do online. Can you do the following week in person?
We'll see. Yeah, sure. Like I have much of a choice, right?
Okay.
I mean, yeah, I
And
can't say no, I'm not coming in, because that's what slavery looks like.
okay. Can you do the 17th at 12:30?
Yes, I can.
Okay. So I'll see
I
you
actually,
then.
can we do it earlier? I want to do it like 11.
11? I have
Yes.
someone at 11. I could say maybe 11:30.
All right, 11:30 is fine.
I mean, I do have someone at that time, but I'll just move them down. And then let me see. So that's not bad. And then the talks you did the 20th was only positive for cannabis, okay?
Yeah, but it said abnormal high. How can that be abnormally high when I haven't smoked in
What do you mean
weeks?
abnormal high?
It was said, the thing said 98 something abnormal amount. So why would it say that? And FYI, I took a separate drug test that came back negative of cannabis the
It
very
depends
next
on the
day.
day. I don't know. Because it was sent
Oh,
to LabCorp.
but what's beautiful about doing that is the fact that I got y'all on falsifying evidence. It's all good.
We don't have access to the lab. We only see the results. It gets sent to like a lab.
Well,
We
that
don't do
same
anything
lab tried
here.
to act like I didn't do a drug test before in December when of last year. And then I have the toxology. I finally found the receipt, and I do have the receipt. And I also have and then in court I have the court document that claims that I didn't do it. So that was one first falsification of evidence. And
When
then now
December of
this.
last year?
Hmm.
December of last year?
Mm-hmm. There
You were
was a
not with us December of last year.
I know I was with another freaking hateful bitch.
Oh,
She turned around and like you guys ask how's work, how's this, and that's really to get information. Am I still working? Fuck yeah. Why don't you look at my website, sparrowinternational.nyc? I've even advanced it. So I'm not going to stop doing my job just because everybody else doesn't want me to do it because they want to enable pedophiles. And I'm going to send you something. I'm going to send you something in an email, and you're going to see it. You're going to see what you're enabling and what you're a part of. And I'm going to wake you're either going to wake the F up, honey, or
okay,
you're
Miss
going to go down
Sparrow.
with them. That
I'll
it's just
talk.
that simple.
Okay.
Listen, see it. See what you're enabling.
Okay, we'll talk soon, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And if
See it.
anything, you can email me or in the meantime, but I'm not gonna be here for half of the week next week.
Mm.
Okay?
Just all right, but like I said, I'm gonna send you right now. I'm gonna send it.
Okay.
It's absolutely fucking disgusting. This is so disgusting.
I'll talk to you soon.
You guys want to make it a mental health issue. This is mentally fucking ill. And anyone who enables this is mentally fucking ill. Here we go. I found it. Give me one sec.
We
I want
found
you
her
to see it
again. Nema
while we're
Okay,
on
because
here.
I
Abufu.
don't want my client to leave.
Don't worry. Your client will live. All right? Here. I sent it to you right now.
We found her
Take a
again.
quick look.
Nema Abufu.
Take a quick look. And then
I'm
we
still
could go.
waiting for it to come.
I'm asking as a reasonable accommodation to take a quick look at
Okay, I'm
this.
waiting for it to come. It's still not here yet.
I need you to look at it. I just sent you, did
I
you
will
get the
take a look
email?
at it.
Did you get the email?
No, I didn't get it yet. I'm waiting for it to come.
All right. So you have I can't even text your cell phone. It'll be quicker.
No, we don't have cell phones. We only have the desk phone, as you saw when you came.
Yeah. You need to see this shit,
I'll
Evanesta.
take a look at it when
Because
it comes.
the funny thing is, I don't think you have that evil in your heart. It's
Miss
just that
Sparrow,
you are enabling, and you need
we
to know
haven't
what you're
had any
enabling.
contact with anyone, not even Oju or anyone from
Oju
Milan.
is a fucking pedo.
But I'm
I
saying we
watched
haven't had
him.
contact with anyone.
But
Like we
you're
haven't.
enabling this shit. Look at what
No, if we're not
your
talking to anyone,
program enables these people. Everyone that gets thrown into that program are victims of this. You need to see what it is that
a
this is what
behavioral.
you're working for. And then there is something you can know. You can either, you see, you're a biblical person. Are you religious at
I
all?
am very much religious, yes.
Okay, thank you, Jesus. All right, so
Okay,
good.
I don't want to leave my next client, okay? Because
All
it's about
right,
to be.
here's the deal. Book of Revelations. It said at one point there's going to be sides to be taken, the sides of the darkness and then the sides who fight for the light, right? In the book of Revelations. And then they say those who stand in the middle still get chosen aside. That means that they're enabling the
Mhm.
darkness and they go on the dark. That's how I see you. I see you as the person who's in the middle. You need to pick a side. And then once you see this, I don't give a shit. You don't have to admit shit to me. Once you see what you're enabling, pick a side and make the report or go down with them. Now, this is my last fucking warning. Have a good one.
Okay, have a good one, Miss Sparrow.